Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So we live in a society these days where people are pretty thin-skinned. It's not like it used to be, and this is what makes me feel old. Bullies used to have an important role in our society. Teasing, that just points out the truth most of the time. Now you get in big trouble. It's called shaming. Don't shame me. It's like there's a culture of weakness. And they're, instead of trying to work on themselves to come to terms with those weaknesses, they want to force everybody to accept them for who they are. You know, the reality of things is people aren't always going to accept you for who you are, especially when you have inadequacies. People point that shit out. Body shaming, there's that, you know, people who are fat and out of shape. You don't really hear this from horribly skinny people. I was skinny, so skinny I was frail. I had a weak immune system. I was walking around sick all the time. I'm 6'2". I was about 140 pounds. I've probably been as light as 120 pounds. And that's like a goddamn skeleton. And it used to make me feel uncomfortable when people would make comments about me. But you don't really hear too much shaming of skinny people. The body shaming, body positive movement is mainly run by fatties, fat women. They want to be fat. They want people to, instead of say, hey, you're fat and disgusting, they want them to say, oh, you're fat and beautiful. It's beautiful to be fat. If you don't feel beautiful, you're not beautiful. I've known big chicks who have been gorgeous, but it's how they carry themselves. It's how they project themselves. Your own image, your self-image is what you project out to the world. People will catch that fire. If you feel a certain way about yourself, people will jump on that bandwagon. If you feel negative about yourself, you might be looking through a filter and think that everybody is shaming you. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's judging me. These are personal issues that you have to deal with on your own. That's how I got over it. It used to really make me upset when people would comment on how skinny I was. I didn't even like the comment. Don't even say nothing. Don't even mention it. Let alone, it might be disturbing when you see a 6'2" guy who's only 130 pounds walk into a room and be like, God damn, what the fuck's wrong with this motherfucker? Look how skinny he is. His arms are as fat as my wrists. But you better not say nothing. You better love me and accept me and treat me like I'm perfect. I used to be fragile in that way, thin-skinned. And what thickened that skin? Me getting on top of my health. I had doctors, parents, girlfriends, buddies, everybody around me telling me, Sky, you need to eat more. And I would just kind of blow it off like as if they're all supposed to accept me. You guys are all just being bullies. Anybody who comments and tells me the truth is a bully. You better not ever tell me the truth. I'll shoot you in your fucking face. This was kind of my attitude. Now if somebody makes fun of my body, it doesn't happen much. I mean, geez, I'm almost 50 years old. When you get to be my age, people don't really comment like that. But I had somebody mention, I guess it was last year, a buddy of mine who's rather large, big guy, big fat guy. And he mentioned to me that I was too skinny. It just made me laugh because I'm 6'2", I'm 200 pounds. I feel like I'm in great shape. I work out 6 days a week. I don't need other people to tell me at this point and validate me. I don't care what anybody says about that. I know that I'm in a physical state that I enjoy. I mean, I'll tell you another one. We get off the body shaming. We all kind of get that, right? The body shaming movement is largely run by fatties. It seems like that the skinny motherfuckers get a pass because you can be skinny, and that's something that a lot of people aspire to be, even though being too skinny isn't healthy. But it hurts more when you're fat. If you got a fat motherfucker, you're not supposed to tell them they're fat. You're supposed to say that they're big boned or large, or there's all kinds of fucking code words that you're supposed to use now. I don't get that shit. If you're fat, you're fat. If it bothers you that I say that, go fucking lose some fucking weight. But let's get off the body shaming for a minute. There's other kinds of shaming. You know, one that used to affect me was when people would comment on my intelligence. And I admit, I mean, looking back, hindsight is always 20/20, right? And I look back on who I was when I was a younger man, and I wasn't very well read. In fact, I wasn't read at all. I wasn't not reading books at all, period, at all, ever. I wasn't reading. I wasn't really learning. I wasn't actively trying to learn anything. I was one of these motherfuckers that thought he knew it all. What do I got to learn? I know everything. I can survive. I can show up to work. I can do the basics. I can function. I don't need nothing else. But when people would come up, when intellectual conversations would spark up in social scenarios or wherever, and if I got called out for being wrong on something, that would hurt. Because it would just make me remember that I guess I am kind of dumb. Now, would I go and work on that? There's a solution to that. We can learn. Every animal can learn. No, mine was just to feel bad about myself, slink away, feeling inadequate, like when a bully teases a nerd. Everybody feels sorry for the nerd and wants to force the world to adopt a new way of thinking. Maybe being stupid is okay. It's not okay. And you don't like being called stupid? That hurts your feelings? Go read a fucking book. Go learn something. Pick a topic, any topic. Go be a fucking expert on it. That's up to you, man. I mean, that's totally up to you. You don't have to be the dumb guy. You could be smart. And this is kind of what I realized for myself. And now that I feel like I've got a few books under my belt that I've read, a few bookshelves actually. I have an office full of bookshelves, and I've read every book on there, and I feel proud of that. I got a college degree that I'm proud of, and I did what it took for me to have the confidence within me to feel smarter. And as I took those steps, that confidence that I had in me started to project outwards. So people no longer would roll their eyes at what I would say. People all of a sudden start taking me serious. This guy sounds smart. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And I start to believe it myself. There's things that I know. I may not know everything. I'm not the brightest fucking star in the universe. But there's some things I know. And nobody can tell me any different. There's certain topics I know about. And I'll just laugh. If you try to tell me any different, I just laugh. Because I know about this shit. This whole sensitivity around shaming, thinking that everybody's being a bully and you just want to change it. You want to change how people think. I mean, that is a futile fight. That's a worthless battle. You're never going to be able to change everybody. In fact, I'm under the impression you can't change anybody other than yourself. So whatever your little issue is, where when somebody shames you and it makes you feel bad, if you're gay, that's one that people feel very sensitive about. If you're gay, and gay people are very sensitive about being gay. And they don't want you to shame them for being gay. You have to just accept it. Not everybody's going to accept that shit. Not everybody. Some people will, but not everybody. And when you run across people that don't accept that, that don't enjoy your choice, your lifestyle of who you are. What are you going to do? Create legislation to force them to like you? Protest out front of their house? Try to have them canceled or fired from their business? You can change yourself. You can't change anybody else. You can have thicker skin. You can realize it doesn't matter what you say. Call me anything you want. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to be who I am. But you don't hear that as much. I mean, you hear that from some people. Some people that are so confident with their sexuality, you go and call them a bad word. I mean, I can't say it on YouTube or else this video will get torn down because of the algorithm they have, but you know which words I'm talking about. And you go and throw one of those words out at some gay person, there's some of them that will just fall on the floor and cry. They want to fight you to the death. They want to go and start a campaign online, and I mean, they to them it's war. How dare you? Everybody has to accept me. And then there's some that are just laugh at you. They hear that same word come across the bow at them, that shot fired at them, and they just laugh. Whatever. Screw you. Fuck off. Nobody cares about you. It only matters what I think. We need to have thicker skin. You know, I should start a campaign. Save the bullies. I think bullies have a necessary part in our society. And bullies have always pointed out people's weaknesses. This is what they do. They look for people's weaknesses and they prey upon that shit. I don't see anything wrong with that. Save the bullies. Thanks for watching.